Hello, guys, it's Mommy here. Let's go straight to the story. I just ended 7 years married with my ex husband. The divorce certificate came out a day after we turned 7 years. My ex husband met me during my vacation in the UK. I was 28 years old and he was 42. He felt in love with me and asked for my hand in marriage after being friends for a while. We got married and when I was 29 and he was 43. It wasn't love for me at the beginning, but the fact that he was older, I felt he had seen it all and wants to settle. And for me, it was some kind of security that I won't be with a younger person who will end up hurting me, having in mind that my love will grow for him when we marry. I married him when his family confirmed to my counselors there was no other person apart from me. My ex was consistent with communication with me as we were in a distance marriage. 3 years after being married, he came from the UK to visit for 10 days. This is a man that I believe so much that even when I'm told he was cheating, I will run and tell him, and he will convince me there was nothing as such. Back to his visit, I never eavesdropped on his conversations until one night he was in the living room on a call at 11:30 p.m. and I was in the bedroom. Then I heard, "I love you too." That caught my attention. So I drew a bit closer to listen, and it was a lady in the UK he was busy chatting with, and I saw his hands in his pants pressing on his balls. Then I snatched his phone and queried the lady. She yelled at my name and said in a local language, "Se we Jimia ubehu. If you are stupid, you will see." I was shocked she knew me. Then my ex took his phone back and apologized to the lady. So I called my pastor, who had then traveled to the USA, and complained. He spoke to my husband to be calmed until he returned so that we resolved the issue. The next day after the confrontation, I knew my ex would call the lady again. So I put my phone on flight mode and on record and put it on charge near his seat and left home. He asked me how long will I be going for, and I said an hour. After 10 minutes, he called the lady and apologized again, and he said, quoting him, "I love you more than her. She used to do on me. That is why I cannot love you fully. When she is naked, she doesn't attract me like you do. When I have sex with her, I cannot go the second round as I do with you. She's a bitter person because she doesn't get much love from me like you do. The marriage was a mistake. So leave your husband, and I will also in the process I'm also in the process to leave her so that the two of us could be together." That was when I knew she was a married woman. I can only hear my husband talking because it was a phone conversation, so I couldn't hear what the lady was saying. This was too much for me, but I was curious to know the lady in question. I kept the recordings to myself and didn't utter a word to him. One night he slept off and I grabbed his phone to see the lady he was chatting with. Then went on their WhatsApp chat and saw nude pictures and videos of this lady wearing her husband's ring and fingering herself and sent to my husband. On another video and chat, she was showing her belly that she was pregnant for him. In their chat, and in their chat, I realized the lady's husband was living in Ghana like me. And when my husband returned to the UK, both him and the lady live like couples there. I was upset and left home without waiting for my pastor's return. I didn't want the marriage anymore. He begged, his family begged. He asked some pastors to intervene. Then the final conclusion was that the distance between us was causing him to cheat. To cut the story short, I left my 8 years job and got to the UK after he filed for me. That was when we started to live life together as couple and we began the journey together. I secured a job after 3 months and decided to help him pay for the house rent so that he pays for other expenses. It was my decision to help. He didn't force me. To be continued. Guys, come back for part 2.